guys, what's going on? Welcome. Good afternoon and happy Monday. Welcome to today's broadcast. I'm so happy to have you guys here on my channel. I am broadcasting live from my 3 pages, and this is the first time that I'm actually over on my personal Facebook page in a very long time. So I want to say welcome to all my friends and family who never watch my live broadcast here on YouTube. You are in for quite the surprise. Welcome guys to today's broadcast. Now, we are streaming here live from my YouTube channel, from my Facebook page, my business page, and my Facebook private page. And because of the nature of today's chat being a bit controversial about a very controversial celebrity, I kind of put on my chat to members only because quite honestly, I don't want any trolls here. And I just want to be able to talk about what we want to say in a respectful environment. So if you are over on YouTube in particular and you want to join in on the live chats, there's a couple ways that you can do it, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But one of the surefire ways is by being a member here on my channel. So what do I want to talk about today? So over the weekend, a friend of mine had sent me an article that was over on Facebook. And it was talking about celebrity Amara La Negra. Now, I'm not a big Amara La Negra fan. I know who she is. I think she's absolutely stunningly beautiful and gorgeous. Apparently, she's a reality star on like Love and Hip Hop, which I've never watched because I think that show is just classless trash. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But I thought it was very interesting, to see that she has recently lost weight. And you would think that a woman taking care of her health, a woman actually losing weight and just really taking responsibility for her body would be celebrated. And what she found was actually the opposite of that. In fact, I have an article that we're going to go over here today that is from Essence magazine that kind of, hold on a second, that was the wrong screen there. Let me go ahead and change that up. From Essence magazine, which kind of talks about it. And here is that link right here for you. And we're going to go ahead and read this article later on today where we talk about Amara's 30-pound weight loss. Her confidence hasn't changed, but her fan base has. And the reason why I want to cover this today is because I really feel like there are so many women out there in the world today, those of you out there in my audience, particularly who follow me along, and you're on a pathway to changing your body, changing your life, becoming healthier, just embracing really who you are and this new persona. And so many people do not support you. You're getting a lot of ridicule. You're getting a lot of comments, backhanded comments. And it can be so frustrating to just know that the people that should be supporting you and have your back don't have your back. What do you do? There seems to be this crazy like crabs in a barrel mentality when it comes to personal development. And it especially happens for women. I feel a lot of the women who talk to me, who work with me, tell me that when it comes to body image and weight loss, their friends change. Their friends who should be the people that support them, their family. For some, your significant other, your spouse, do not support your efforts. And that's a hard pill to swallow. What do you do, right? That, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what we're going to talk about today. But before we do, I want to go ahead and welcome you here to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Roxy Beckles. I am a self-development coach. I am a lifestyle coach. I am a fitness coach. And I specialize in working with women and helping them to change their bodies, rewrite their stories, and to really just empower their feminine energy and to do it with fitness as the driving factor behind all change. But here on my channel, we talk about the 4 pillars of fitness, and that is your physical fitness, your mental fitness, your spiritual fitness, and your emotional fitness. So if this is your first time here, honey, I want to say welcome here to the channel. Make sure that you go ahead and you subscribe right now. Subscribe and hit the bell notifications and set it to all notifications so that way you do not miss a single video. And if this is, even if this is not your first time, if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, I want to say welcome. Be sure that you guys also make sure that bell notification is hit because that can get untoggled along the way because YouTube is quite sneaky. But let's go ahead and stop right now and take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up especially if you like me to talk about these topics that center around like celebrity news and just things that would enhance or things that would add to the conversation about your life and what we need to do to make sure you're always getting to your goals. Now, if you need some help, there's lots of ways you can do so. Here's the link for my Patreon, patreon.com/rockstarfitness. Come on by for workouts, more videos about training, nutrition, mindset, and all that stuff to help you to get right on track. The second way that you can go ahead and get some help with me, which I'll tell you about at the end of this video, is by coming to my website, rockstarfitness.com/workwithroxy, where you can set up a consultation, a coaching call to talk about what's going on with you, what's getting you stuck, and how we can get you moving again. All right, guys, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. I do want to jump right in, but before I get into the meat of today's conversation, there is something that I want to show you from the last video that we talked about here on this channel, which kind of goes hand in hand with today's conversation. Now, on the last video, I talked about this topic right here, the truth: poverty, race, and obesity in Black women. And, we talk about the obesity epidemic among the Black community here on my channel ad nauseum because it's something that I'm truly passionate about. I want to see women that look like me winning at the game of health, fitness, and more. 80%, or as I clarified in that last video, about 75% now, as newest numbers, 75% of Black women are obese or overweight. And there's so much blame going on as to why that number is the way it is. I get some people that are saying, hey, look, Roxy, it's because of race. It's because of stress. It's because of the white man, the government. It is because of food deserts. I took every single one of those points and I went bullet point by bullet point, dispelling every single myth to show you how at the end of the day, it is still down to personal choice no matter what. You got to check that video out. It's really a crucial conversation. Again, look for this thumbnail, the name of the video: the truth, poverty, race, and the white man are keeping Black women fat. Is that true? Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Listen, you guys know I love controversy. I love causing trouble. I love to name my my videos by like crazy names because it draws people in. But at the end of the day, you always learn something here. So let's go ahead and talk about today's burning issue. The burning issue. The burning issue today. How Amara La Negra's weight loss proves that folks only support you when you are at your worst. Yes, they do. And to support that, let's take a look at the article that I showed you at the very beginning. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right. Now, this article was featured in Essence, on not even Essence magazine. It was featured on the Essence website. The link is below in the description of this video if you want to check it out for yourself. Amara La Negra has lost 35 pounds, but her confidence hasn't changed. Some people unfollowed the star because of her changing look, but she is unfazed. And ladies, I want to tell you, if that is your boat too, I want you to remain unfazed yourself. This was written by Victoria. Oh my gosh, I cannot say her last name. Listen, just go check it out on the Essence website because I'm not even going to try it that day. All right, so it says, ever since Amara La Negra joined Love and Hip Hop Miami, proudly embracing her Afro-Latina identity and her larger-than-life afro, she's been a beloved figure. She's stunning, she's kind-hearted, she's curvaceous, and she's talented. A combination you can't lose with. But as much as people have loved her and what they found to be her signature look, the star slimmed down this year, dropping at least 35 pounds and looking noticeably leaner. It wasn't something that started through intentional exercise and dietary shifts, but she's happy with the results and getting in the gym to take things a step further. The weight loss hasn't necessarily been as celebrated by her fans, some of whom she says unfollowed her as she gotten smaller. And she's still feeling healthy and happy despite all of that. So this is what she says, quote, "I've lost about 35 pounds in a couple of months," she said in April during a visit to Telemundo's Latinx Now. "I've been really stressed out. There is a lot of stuff going on in my life, but I love it. And to be honest, I embrace my stretch marks, my cellulite, my dimples, my everything because I can still get it. So what's the problem? What?" She continues, I had a fan base that followed me because I was very curvy and I represented the Latinas and the Black beautiful women that were curvy. And I get that part, but some part of that was a little bit unhealthy for me, personally, she added. I'm not saying I won't be able to get back into that, but this time around, I kind of want to do it in the gym. To each its own. If you want to unfollow me because I'm not as thick, it's okay, my love, because I'll get a new fan base. And I want to kind of stop right there. So I find this interesting because we hear so many women, especially Black women, talk about like wanting to be thick, right? Wanting to have the curves and all that stuff. And so many women go about doing that in a very unhealthy way. So many women go about doing that by gaining excess weight, by not necessarily working out and being in the gym. And it's causing such a huge issue within our community. Because on the one hand, where I feel like it's truly very important for you to embrace who you are in this present moment, it's truly important for you to like be proud of yourself. There comes a point where you might have to get honest with yourself if you are doing things or trying to maintain a body weight that is not healthy for you, just for the sake of aesthetics or anything like that. And I think the Black community in specifics gets really into a conundrum in that way. I did a video a couple of months ago where we talked about Black women saying that, hey, you know, Black men like curvy women. They like the butt, they like the thighs, they like that thickness. And so a lot of Black women choose not to work out, choose not to eat healthy because they're trying to appeal to the desires of men. Which in some ways, listen, I'm not going to fault a woman for wanting to be attractive, but at the same time, at what point do you look at your health and say, look, is there a better way that I can go about doing this? In fact, the research actually showed that more and more Black men actually are attracted to hip to waist ratio versus a woman who's just thick and heavy and out of shape just for the fact that she has a big butt and stuff like that. It's a very controversial and touchy topic, but go back and I'll put the link for it right here in the replay on YouTube so you can see what the actual scientific research says on this topic because it's been looked at. At the end of the day, ladies, your health is in your hands, right? And trying to fit an aesthetic sometimes is not that great. Now, the flip side of this is what Amara La Negra said about her fan base and just like acknowledging the fact that people were following her because of that image that she had, that very sexy, a little bit on the risque, hypersexual kind of side where she was just always showing off her curves, always showing off her assets and stuff like that. And that's what her fan base flocked to her for. So the moment she started to change it, whether it looks good or not, they were out of there. They were out of there. They don't support her. And to tell you the truth, I mean, she looks different, but she doesn't look so bad. I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of this article. We'll continue to talk about kind of what she's been saying about it. Let's see. Let me get on to here for you and scroll down. I'm going to go ahead, before I show you the pictures, let me just go ahead and just give you a little bit more of what she was saying. So the comment section of her Instagram is filled with a combination of supportive comments, lauding her new look, as well as some who ask if she's well and say they miss the quote-unquote old Amara. Those of you who've been on weight loss journeys, have you heard that before? We're going to talk about that in a minute. They miss the old you. They want the old you back. But what if the old you doesn't suit you anymore, right? Let's continue. No matter what others feel, though, she's feeling better than ever. Getting fat or thick, quote, has been the easiest and worst thing of my life. Now I look 10 years younger, she wrote in April. In due time, I'll be thick and juicy again. For now, I'm slim thick. And this is the next thing that she says. Before they said I was too fat and I needed to lose weight. Now they say I'm too skinny. And they like me better when I was quote unquote thick, she said on Instagram a month earlier in March. The point is you can never make people happy. And the most important thing is to make yourself happy. And we're going to go ahead and end right there. And here are some of her most recent photos. She is noticeably thinner. I mean, the thumbnail picture that I have for this video is her a couple of months ago, a year or two ago, whatever. And you can see that she is noticeably thinner. She's noticeably leaner. She's not sickly thin. She still looks like a very healthy sized woman. She looks like someone who doesn't look like an anorexic stick figure, but she still has a look that's attainable for most women to achieve. So the hate that she's getting from her client base is really unfounded, and it's unfair. Because essentially what they're saying is that this young woman, because she's in her 20s still, this young woman is not allowed to evolve. This young woman is not allowed to feel comfortable in her own skin and live her life as she wishes. That the only way that she can be acceptable is if she represents overweight women, quote unquote. If she caters to the feelings of women who feel that they are not, quote unquote, represented. Now they feel like they've lost a figure in that. And ladies, I know that's hard for so many of you to accept and to listen to, but here's the thing. We talk about, on my channel, we're all about the truth and what's truly going on out there, right? And there are so many of you out there who are trying to change yourself for the better, but you have people in your life who tell you, girl, you don't need to change. Why do you need to change? Oh, you look fine the way you do. Stay the way you are. Well, today, let's take a look at some real world solutions for those of you who can relate to this about what you can do to stay on track, stay focused, stay motivated on your goals, even when people do not want to see you become your best self. So let's talk about those real world solutions right now. All right. So before we get into that, I do have to acknowledge a $5 super chat that came in through earlier before the broadcast even began from RG. RG said, "Oh my gosh, Amara, that is my wife." Well, RG, I hope that you appreciate today's conversation. I see Dimitri is in the chat today saying, "Hello, what's up? What's going on?" And if any of you want to say anything, if you want to add your thoughts, if you want to add your comments, if you want to show some support, and have me read what you have to say on camera, go ahead and super chat your questions, comments, and all that stuff. Or you can go ahead and send a cash app to $Roxy Beckles. So let's go into the real world solution, because I have about 5. I have 5 things that I want you ladies out there to take home from today's message. You deserve to be your best, okay? You absolutely 100% deserve and have the right to change your body, to reach levels of your health that you want. Today, we are going to focus on, even though this is talking about physical look and fitness, today is all about mental fitness. Today is also a little bit about emotional fitness as well. We talk about the 4 pillars here. And the mental fitness I want you to walk away with today is going to help you to exercise your mind and exercise your thoughts in a way to be 100% bulletproof to the criticism of those who want to keep you like a crab in the barrel. So let's talk about point number 1. Your motivation for change has to come from you, not to please anyone else. I think that one of the things that makes me feel for Amara in this situation is that she is a celebrity. She is a celebrity, and unfortunately, as a celebrity, image is her life. It's a part of what she does, right? But image is a part of all of our everyday. And if you don't feel good about yourself, if you look in the mirror and see that there is change that needs to happen, weight that needs to be lost, mindsets that need to be shifted, you have to do the work to make sure that you feel good in your own skin. And that motivation to change cannot come from external factors. That motivation to change can't be because you're doing it for someone else. Because in that respect, when you're doing it for someone else, anything that those other people say will throw you off track, will have you doubting yourself, will have you stopping prematurely, and it's never worth it to do that. Change has to come from here. It has to come from your impetus. You putting the onus in your hands to do this because you plan to be at a higher place. Guys, I say this all the time on my channel. The thing about transformation and growth and maturing is that it's always happening. You are ever evolving. So when people say to you, "Oh, you've changed," you should say, "Really? Well, I thank you, because that's the point of life." Whatever isn't growing and changing is dead. And even in death, that is a transformation to the next level of life, of something beyond, of something greater than yourself. So for you, your motivation to change must come from yourself, not from the reliance of other people, what other people are telling you to do. Because at the end of the day, when you do things for others and you do it with them as that driving factor, you're going to fail automatically. Let's talk about point number 2. So point number 2, realize that true transformation sometimes means that you will have to leave some folks behind. And I think that's what really hurts the most. When you look around and you see that your support system is no longer there, when you're getting toxic energy towards what you're trying to do, when you're getting folks who are trying to discourage you. Now, I've got to say caveat. If you're doing things that are absolutely stupid or detrimental to your own health and well-being, I'm not talking about that. We're talking about sane situations here, because I know how some folks will get it in the comments, okay? I'm kind of preempting that. But at the end of the day, your change sometimes is going to alienate people. It is going to make you have to shed your skin and find a new crowd. And it's not that you think that you're better than anyone, or that you think that, that you're bigger than where you came from. But sometimes for you to keep evolving to the next level, you must leave them behind, or at least keep them at arm's length distance. I mean, think about times in your life where you've had to do that. I'm pretty sure there are points where you have, but there are some of you out there who do not have strong boundaries and standards around your emotional health, your mental health, that you feel bad letting people go. I'm telling you, this is for your own sanity. Sometimes some folks are not meant to be on that journey with you. There will be some people that you will unfortunately have to keep things from, that you can't share everything with that you once did. And yes, that can be painful, but if it means your own sanity is on the line and your own health in your 4 pillars of fitness, your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual fitness are on the line because they're holding you back, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. Not everyone is meant to travel the journey with you. Now let's talk about tip number 3 today. Don't be guilted into staying the same because, quote unquote, you are fine the way you are. Man, that is one of the ones that I just despise. Why do you need to do that? You're fine the way you are. Oh, that just drives me absolutely nuts. Because I've heard it myself too. When I say to people, this is what I'm trying to do with my physical goals, or this is what I'm trying to do with my personal goals. Why do that? You're fine. I don't see why. I don't understand. You're fine. A lot of people are just used to being average. A lot of people are used to just status quo. Not rocking the boat, staying on that mediocre, safe level because it's safe. That's why, right? But people who achieve great things in their lives, people who truly see their goals become their reality, you've got to be able to take risk, and you've got to be able to say, look, I need to change. I am not fine the way that I am. I am not content. This is not enough. And for some people, you have to actually verbally say to them, you know what, I appreciate you saying that, and I beg to differ. I know what's right for me, and this is where I gotta go with it. So don't allow other people's words persuade you into staying the same. You need to change. And that's an easy trap to fall into because people will guilt you. At the end of the day, I think that what it comes down to is that for some people, they don't want to see you doing better than they are. Even if they don't say it out loud, even if they never say it to your face, there's something that happens inside of all of us a little bit. When someone who is in your life starts doing a little bit better than you, especially if there's someone who was beneath where you were, or if you guys were on the same line, because when you look at that, it makes you question, well, what the heck is up with me? Why aren't I able to get up and get motivated and get moving, right? In any area of life. What I want you to think about is this. You never know who you are influencing. I had a client of mine, or I have a client of mine who's on a journey to lose 100 pounds. And we're almost there. We're about like a good 15, 20 pounds away from her 100-pound weight loss goal. And there was a point when she felt so nervous about working out in the middle of the gym floor. Of course, not in a way she was getting in the way of anyone, but just she would hide in a corner and work out because she was afraid. She thought people would laugh at her. And I remember planting the seed in her and saying, no, you don't hide in the corner. You come out, you find your space, and you take that space and you work out in the open, out in the public, because you never know who is watching you and whose life you could be impacting. Who is just sitting silently seeing you come in day after day and doing the work and showing up. You never know. And that impetus within yourself to be better, when your family tells you you're fine, you don't need to change, you've always been this way. No, you get out there and you be the shining example. And I want to say that to you right now. If you got people in your ear telling you you're fine, you don't need to change, or you're afraid to come out of your shell because people in your life are holding you back, do it anyway. Show up for yourself anyway. Because you never know who is watching and who you're influencing. So keep going. All right. Let's talk about tip number 4 tonight. So tip number 4, create a new group of support, whether online or in person, by aligning yourself with like-minded people. So once you've taken stock of the folks that you need to distance yourself from, once you've taken stock of the folks that you need to just get out of your way because they're stopping you, it's time for you to actually build that area of support. Because at the end of the day, support is important. At the end of the day, support and knowing that you're not alone in this process is huge. For some of you, it's the backbone of your success. So what I would encourage you to do is to look to see where can you build that area of support around like-minded people. Now that might mean finding a group in person, which is great, right? If you can find a group, especially a weight loss group, a self-development group, whatever it is that you're trying to work on to improve, find a meetup group or something that's in your area of women and men, or if you're a guy watching this, doing the same things. Another thing that's perfect is that we are in the age of Aquarius, the information age, right? We've been in the age of Aquarius for a long time, right? My gosh. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But we're in the information age, and we're just coming out of, the global pandemic and life changing, us seeing how small the world is due to technology. Facebook groups, Clubhouse, the Clubhouse app, which, by the way, if you are on Clubhouse, find me. It's under I am Roxy Beckles. Come and follow me over there because we're doing some Clubhouse rooms and conversations that are really great. We go even more into depth than the things I talk about here. You can converse with me on the app and all that stuff. There are just different ways that you can find your niche online. Different places where you can find like-minded people who are moving towards a similar goal. Listen, no man or woman is an island when it comes to connection, when it comes to life, when it comes to your emotional fitness, and even in your mental fitness as you work to change yourself and transform. So get your new group together. Find new friends. I'm not telling you to just ignore the people that are in your current circle if it's not necessary. But as you get yourself a little more distant from their negativity, that need for support has to come from somewhere. So create it yourself. You are absolutely 100% free to do so. And let's talk about the final tip number 5. At the end of the day, your happiness dictates your life, not the misery nor insecurities of others. All right. I love that one. So let me read that one for you one more time. At the end of the day, your happiness dictates your life, not the misery nor insecurities of others. And that's where we're going to end today's video, today's conversation. It's going to be important for you to realize that your life is your own, and what you choose to do with it is up to you. and that your happiness is your responsibility. Absolutely no one on this planet can make you happy. There's an emotional fitness nugget for you to think about for this week. It is nobody's job to make you happy. It is your own job to make yourself happy. No matter what it is in your life, even in your own relationships, no one can make you happy. Your significant other can't make you happy. You either bring happiness and fulfillment to the table, or you're without it. The only thing they can do is add to that. And if they don't, boo, kick them out the way. Your life is your own. And if you lead your life dictated by others and their disdain for what you choose to do with it, then honey, you're fighting a losing battle. At least here on my channel, when I say these things, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of taking responsibility for self. Always, number one, I am about personal responsibility. I am not about victim blaming. I'm not about naming ourselves as a victim. I'm not about blaming other people and systems and this, that, the other for our own failings and mishaps. Your happiness and all that stuff as well. That's a part of that. That is your responsibility. And if you're not happy, how do you fix that? When you look in the mirror, and if you don't like what you see, it's up to you to change it. When you look at the totality of what is going on in your life, and if you're not happy with what you see, darling, it is up to you to change it. So my question that I'm going to leave you with today is, what are you doing to change your life for the better? Who do you have to get rid of? And in the comments below, if you are a woman or a man out there who has dealt with this, who has dealt with with the doubt, who have dealt with the sabotage, who have dealt with the drama from your support circle, trying to discourage you from being a better version of you, why don't you go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments below? Because at the end of the day, when you share, you add value to the conversation, and we're here within our community to help each other be better, to go for higher thought processes, to reach for higher levels in life. And if people can see that they're not alone in this conversation, imagine what your experience can do to help someone else to overcome. And that's what I want to leave you guys with today. Thank you so much for joining me in today's conversation. It wasn't too bad. I think that some people might get a little in their feelings whenever I talk about celebrities. I get all kinds of trolls and comments and crazy stuff here on my channel. I did not feel like dealing with any of that today. So, I was not here to say anything negative about Amara La Negra. I don't follow her online. I've told you guys I'm not into reality TV, nor am I really into very many celebrities these days. But I do feel for her situation, and I know that there's so many of you out there who are dealing with something like that. All right, so share your comments below and let's go ahead and discuss. Now, if you're a woman out there who enjoyed this conversation and you know that you need a little bit of help, you need a little hand holding, I got a couple ways to help you. You can join my channel as a member on YouTube by clicking the join button below. When you do, you'll unlock special videos on training, nutrition, mindset, and more to help you to take your body to the next level. Now, if you're someone who wants a little bit more help than that, you want those videos, you want the ability to be able to reach out to me and maybe come onto a group coaching call and get all the support that you need, get some workouts delivered to you right to your hands, Patreon is the perfect place for you. Patreon.com/rockstarfitness. Come on over and join me there. That is super affordable and a stepping stone to going ahead and working with me at your own pace. It's kind of like a membership community. Now, the third way for you to get some direct help from me is by coming to my website, rockstarfitness.com/workwithroxy. Right now, I am taking on 30-minute or 60-minute coaching calls. I call them my Fit, Fine, and Feminine Supernova coaching calls. A supernova is the brightest event in space, the brightest event that can be seen with the naked eye. And it's basically when a star explodes towards the end of its life and it's taking on a new form. And so many of you right now at a point in your life where you are exploding for change, but you feel a little stuck. You know you need some help. You know that you might need some diet advice, training advice, mindset advice, like all kinds of things to help you to truly empower your womanhood, empower your femininity, and really walk in your truth proudly, shoulders back, head high, and feeling amazing in your own skin. I'm here to help you. Make sure that you go ahead and you reach out to me, rockstarfitness.com/workwithroxy. And from there, we'll take the private call and we'll see if you want to work with me for monthly coaching or something more long-term. We can talk about that at that time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure that you go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification, set it to all notifications, that way you don't miss a single video. Give this video a thumbs up. I say hello to my wonderful folks that were in my chat today, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for joining.